Okay, so this is the first Thursday show. So we're switching over to Thursday nights. Hopefully, if it's easy enough for people. So hopefully we'll get a few people coming in. For those who weren't around Monday, probably wouldn't have been aware of this show. So I'm gonna share it onto social media and that. And Basic Miniature Painting is here already. Hello. Hope you're well this evening. Just share this onto our page on Facebook. So onto old Bitzbox there. So bear with me and we'll start the show properly just as a few people are coming in. Right, there we go. So, I don't know how many people are in at the moment. My thing still says 0, even though Basic Miniature Painting's here. But we'll hopefully have a few people come and join us throughout the course of the show, as always. As you can see, we have, I'm going to take these off. We have the Glade Guard that we worked on Monday. So I'll be painting them this evening. I also have, this is one of the other Glade Guard. So this is sort of the colour scheme we're going for, sort of purples and greens. So that's what I'll be doing now. So I think we'll start with the purple. We'll do the purple areas next. So far I've already done some colours on the cloak, on the quiver, bow on the boots, and the skin. It's just had a base coat. I do need to do another layer of skin on the legs actually, so probably start by doing that. My rack up flesh over here for some reason. So if you're watching, feel free to jump in the chat. Let us know how you are, what you're working on this evening. And of course, if you have anything you want to share with us, my email address is on the screen. So I'm going to start. I'm painting all these second coat of rack off flesh on these legs. So I go for a very sort of pallid flesh, as these are all essentially dark elves. So they're very light skinned. And that one hasn't got any. Hopefully you guys can see a bit better with the camera. Now I have managed to adjust the focus slightly. That's a tiny little sliver. Paint right there. So hopefully a few more people will jump in soon. The beginning of these shows is always fun. Just waiting for people to jump in. Of course, as this bit is a new time and day, so not everyone will be aware of it, but that's fine. Of course, this does go up on YouTube after, so people can watch at their leisure if they really want to watch me just paint these elves and that. I assume you can hear me okay. People normally shout at me if they can't hear me, so. Okay, so that's the second coat on the legs. I'm really sort of going through a batch painting process for these sort of assembly line stuff. Trying to knock them out as quick as possible. Madco Crazy is here. Hello. Thanks for joining us. These are why have a bonus show board today? No, I'm switching to Thursdays now. So essentially I thought instead of starting next week we'll start this week. Darkest Soul is here. Hello. So yeah, essentially you end up with 2 shows this week rather than a big gap until the next one. But yeah, you get to see. So on Monday's show you got to see me build these, and now you get to see me paint them. So that's quite cool, I suppose. I was going to do the purple, but I'll just decided I'm going to do the Mornfang brown areas, just in the middle, just around their midriffs, and then I'll do the purple, and then we'll go back to the Mornfang for the other areas. Lucy is here. Hello. So we didn't see you on Monday, Lucy, but thanks for joining us this evening. Just painting these Glade Guard before the Primera stuff drops at the weekend, and I'm sure I'll be focused on them for a few weeks. I know. Well, I hope you're feeling a lot better now. For those who are just coming late, this is the sort of colour scheme we're going for. So sort of purples and greens and browns. I'll leave her at the back there. She's sort of my reference. Peter Nicholas is here as well. Hello. It's good to see the regular viewers are all still showing up. That's good. So yeah, really assembly line job here, so a lot of going backwards and forwards between the colours. I'm just trying to lay all the base coats down, and then we'll get into shade washers and highlights. They're very simple tabletop standard on these. And these are just 10 of the Glade Guard that we built on Monday. Yeah, I'm a regular, I think it's the prunes. Oh dear. It's already going downhill. Oh, excuse me if I keep coughing. I've almost cleared it, but it's still niggling away at me. I've been taking medicine the last few days, which has helped, but I'm a bit croaky again. Yeah, I'll try and get on the camera a bit more with these. I know it still doesn't focus great at close up, but it's better than it was, at least. I had to take the camera apart just to adjust the lens to focus a bit better. Those Glade Guard are looking better with some colour on them. Yes, they're still not the greatest miniatures in the world, but they're getting there. Lucy says her voice is gone, she's not really done any modelling this week. Yes. It's horrible when you get that. My sort of cough I think's mainly just come from like the dry air and stuff, but yeah, when you actually properly lose your voice, that's horrible. So yeah, I hope you get better soon. So I see the global campaign starts today. We're hoping to film a few videos of games in that campaign if we can find the time. We've sort of struggled for time lately. Wayne's actually been ill as well, so that's why we didn't film this week. A lot of people have fallen sick. But yeah, hopefully our next game will be doing the first mission for the campaign, and we can upload our results and that. Well, I'm not a massive fan of the sort of format of this campaign. It seems to be like just I don't think they've done it like this before, where it's just like Chaos versus Imperium, and then the Xenos players can just be there to take results away from the others. It just seems a bit silly. Like, I'm not sure if there's even any point or possibility of having like Xenos versus Xenos, if that's even that plausible. From what I understand so far, I might be wrong. I just like them all out. Sort of winner takes all campaign. That would have been quite cool. To have every faction fighting for something. Okay, so that's Peter Nicholas says I might be all the new Nurgle. Yeah, there's no coincidence. Certainly no coincidence. So come August or September, whenever they'll get their new plastics, we'll all be ill. So now I'm going to open the Nagroth Knight. Harry's here. He says he almost missed it. Yeah, Nurgle loves Lucy, so maybe it's the Primaris releases what will make you ill. Be the Nurgle ones that will make you better. So, main part of their dress, their uniform, clothing, is going to be purple. Essentially, the card scheme is sort of Nagroth Knight and Stegodon scale green throughout most of the army, so yeah, I think that's what we'll put it down to. Primaris releases are making you ill, so might be a few weeks till you get there. I assume this is a 3-week release. So, let's see what else is the panel. Well, Harry has finished his Fate Master. Now you can say I'm really bad at painting large gold areas, especially with Citadel colours. Have you been using Retributor armour? Because it's like the only Citadel gold will actually cover well. Bring on the Death Guard. I'm done with Space Marines. I think most people are probably done with Space Marines. I'm gonna paint the mask over their faces. For ones who do have a mask over their face, I might paint that purple too. I don't know. I may change it. On small I wash with purple, on large it looks so weird so I use sepia. Yeah, I must admit I haven't painted too many sort of large areas in gold and then washed with purple. Peter Nicholas said done some gold edges on Sons of Horus and had to go over it twice. Yeah, regular viewers will know that I'm a massive fan of the scale 75 metallics and these ones. This one's essentially Retributor armor, but they cover really well. They need a good off shake, but they cover. Oh, excuse me, they cover really well. So I highly recommend them. Well, I do find their paints are a little bit on the pricey side because you have to buy the sets, but almost out of a window. Yeah, certainly give them a try if you're looking for better metallics. So, I may also paint a little bit of the Primaris Marines today if we get to a stage where I'm waiting just for washes to dry. They literally don't need a lot doing to them now. Just need to neaten up the white and edge highlight it with white scar. And then they will actually be done. I'll stay with most of the other colours base coated up. I have to be sort of neater with this purple. All the other colours I can really sort of just splash on really. I'll have to be a little bit neater with this one. Okay, so I put some more purple back on my palette. Again, I haven't set my wet palette up, so which is a silly thing to do. I should have actually got that prepared, because it would be handy. It's quite humid. Oh, randomly drop it. So is anyone working on anything in particular this evening? Or are we all just hanging around? Thought about making a Joker, etc. warband for skirmish. Any factions that would match? I assume you mean like Joker out of Batman and that. And his little crew. I mean, obviously, if you had to do like 3 peoples, because essentially it should be people. Now, that's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of what would be a good head for him. That's quite a cool idea. Yeah, Suicide Squad. That's funny actually, because I actually watched Suicide Squad today. For the first time, the music in it was good. That's my review. But films do give you good inspiration for miniature wargaming at least. Like, that would be quite cool to have your own sort of Suicide Squad and skirmish, or in Shadow War if you're into 40k. Yeah, Chaos Cultist would actually work really well. That's a good shout. That is a really good shout. Because obviously you can cut their guns off. It depends how you want them to look. You could use like Harlequin masks on them. That would look quite cool. Yeah, I mean, why not? So when you say legal, I don't know where you're planning on playing with it, but if you're just using like rules for like 3 peoples or whatever, and you're using like Dark Elder, I can't see the problem. They're similar sort of sizes. And most people wouldn't have a problem with that. But yeah, making warbands like Skirmish or Shadow War is really cool. Obviously, I've been quite into Blandjitsu lately, and we will be doing, or I'll be doing, a video showing off my Blandjitsu warband very soon. That'll probably go out next week, I would imagine. Peter Nicholas is quite busy painting his Death Guard and also repairing the Chaos Vindicator and working on the BW. I'm trying to work out what BW is that you got the other day. Emerald Phantom is here. Afternoon, or it's evening for me, but hello, either way. So yeah, these Thursday shows will just be starting at 8 o'clock UK time instead of 8:30. So it'll be roughly at 8 till 10. I started a little bit late today, so we can run over a little bit if we need to. Also, I can make some Spartans with the Acolytes. Building small squads is really fun and easy. Yeah, it's funny actually, because since Duncan put out his video showing how he made his, we had a few people order quite a few of the bits to make their own, which was quite funny. But yeah, the Acolytes are... whilst I'm not a fan of them much in game, I really like the set. They make a good base for any sort of human miniatures and like skirmishes and stuff. Peter Nicholas, await that of interest. I assume you mean the Blandjitsu video. Yeah, that'll almost certainly be next week, I think, because I probably won't have a painting tutorial next week. I don't even know what to do next for a painting tutorial, so I'll probably do that instead. Hopefully we'll have a game next week. We've penciled in Sunday, but things keep coming up lately, so who knows. But we try and... Battle Wagon. Oh yes, that's right, you mentioned the Battle Wagon the other day. Sweet. But yeah, we just try and film when we can, but we don't have much time. All the YouTube stuff is done in our own time, so it can't be as sort of frequent as we'd like. I mean, if I had it my way, we'd obviously have a battle report every week, but it's not always feasible, which is a shame. And we can't film like 2 in one go because they just take so long. Sam King says, hello people, hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm not sure if I've seen you on the chat before. It's always good to see new people join us. I'll try and come over here a bit more. I always do that when I'm painting on these shows, I always end up over here. So I'm almost getting there with this Nagroth Knight. Then I just need to carefully pick out some areas on the arms with gold and one thing brown. Also, yesterday, I started the first steps to an exciting new project that me and one of my mates is doing. So we are going to, essentially, he's, Henry's here. Hello, Henry. So essentially, he's now starting up a woodworking business, and he's going to start up a woodworking YouTube channel. And one of his first projects for the channel is going to be a new gaming table for Bitzbox. So we started yesterday measuring up, getting some drawings done. He's going to draw it all up in CAD, which I've seen the first stages of, and it looks awesome. we're going to try and make it like the ultimate gaming table. We're going to have as much storage on there and other little accessories that we can come up with to make it really cool. So he's going to do like a video series on his channel when it's up and running, and I'll link to that. Because he'll do stage by stage videos. We'll plan on doing like a video just for the design, and then each stage of it. Whereas on the Bitzbox channel, I might just do a video log going through the whole process of it, and then put one video up at the end of it all. That's the plan. I might end up doing like just a design one as well, but we'll see. But that's going to be a really cool project. And hopefully this new table will just be slightly lower than the ones we use as well, which would hopefully help with our camera work. Because sometimes if the camera's a bit jolty, it's because the table's so high and we have to move the camera around a lot to see more of the table. Whereas if it's a bit lower, then we can see more of the table without having to move around so much. So it's only going to be a couple of inches lower, but that will make a difference. Henry caught a break at work to join in. That's cool. I'm not being... Sorry, I'd have to answer this. There we go. Sorry. Oh, so another brush we don't want. Let's go back to this one. I hope you decide to keep Mondays off that day. Well, unfortunately, I'm hoping just to switch to Thursdays. So I do apologise if you're at work. It's hard to sort of find a time what's suitable for everyone. Will it have permanent terrain? No. No, God no. It's literally just the actual table. The actual table top itself will just be essentially what we've got now. Just the actual table itself. So, you won't see a lot of it on camera, but it'll be really cool for us because we'll have storage, we'll have drawers to have dice and stuff in, and all the like cards and stuff. It's not about you, it's about us, yeah. I'd love to just find a time what's suitable for everyone, but that would be impossible. So... a couple of these masks I actually missed. But I'm still not 100% sure if I'll keep them purple or not. I would just like these miniatures so much better if the neck joints were just not so goofy. That's the only thing that really puts me off them. So I'm thinking that one would be better brown. So there's like a couple of different types of masks. So I might keep some one colour and some the other. Same thing as a holiday. Alright for some. Well, it's nice that people still watch even when it isn't live. Do get a few sort of views afterwards, so it's nice that some people do still like to watch even when it's not live. Oh, Emerald Phantom says what models are they? You mean these ones? These are the Glade Guard from Wood Elves. Essentially, I have a female elf army, and these are my battle line units. I might take some of the Dark Elf stuff for battle line as well, but Harry says I'll watch it after all the next day again. Yeah, it's always nice to paint along to videos, isn't it? I do that quite a lot. I watch more YouTube than I watch anything, so it does help when it comes to painting. So I'm glad I can do the same for other people. So, trying to think what colour is the top of the bows. That'll be next, and that will be Battle Brown. I like Battle Brown. Although we do have the extra opaque Heavy Brown from Game Colour, which would cover better, but I think it's just slightly too dark, so we'll have to do a couple of coats of this. I can never paint in silence. Yeah, me too, God. Well, I can't do anything in silence. Apart from maybe read, but I've either got music or YouTube or something. Sometimes when I'm working, I'll stick a film on, like today. I mentioned earlier I was watching Suicide Squad. Don't particularly enjoy it much, but it's nice to have on when you're working. Especially when you're just chopping bits off sprues for hours. Sam King just discovered the channel and loves it. Oh, brilliant. That's good to know. It's always nice when new people find our channel. We're still relatively small, but we're almost up to 5,000. I haven't mentioned that for a while, but it's quite an exciting milestone for us. But yeah, when we hit 5,000, we'll be doing a giveaway. I'll wait till the Patreon giveaway is all done and dusted first. So probably looking, probably that second week of August, I reckon, will be our subscriber giveaway. I don't know what we're going to be giving away yet, but there's plenty of stuff that I can give away. Lucy says, for me, I watch these or YouTube or stick on my music. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. So what sort of music are people into, actually? We haven't discussed music before. I actually love my music. I listen to almost everything. Really eclectic mix. I obviously prefer more alternative stuff. Not so much into the chart stuff, but my other half is quite into the chart music, so some of it ends up finding its way onto my playlist. But not a lot. Emerald Phantom says, I always paint when I watch these live. Like right now I'm painting my 3 choreographs. Awesome. I want to get some more choreographs. It's a shame we never got a plastic box set for them. Makes me wonder if something in the Dark Imperium box won't get a kit. I'm thinking Poxwalkers. And possibly the Bloat Drone as well. Harry listens to everything and sometimes even his own stuff. Yeah, I've listened to some of your stuff. That does remind me, we still need to get a new intro for this channel as well. I really must look into that. I wish I was more savvy when it comes to video editing, because I'm fine when it comes to like doing graphic stuff. Like our logo and that, I designed all myself and that. But I can't do anything when it comes to like sort of video stuff. I can just edit videos, but I can't sort of make stuff from scratch, like animations and stuff. Emerald Phantom is like that as well, like all sorts of music, but recently listened to a lot of Linkin Park. Yeah, I mean Chester Bennington and Linkin Park, a big part of my teens. So yeah, I mean, out of all the celebrity deaths lately, that one's really sort of that's felt personal, because it's sort of my generation. It's sad when you sort of lose people like David Bowie and that, because they're so huge, but like Chester Bennington was, you know, like Linkin Park were part of my childhood. That just felt personal. So yeah, I mean, Hybrid Theory is just such an amazing album. I mean, when I was sort of younger, I used to listen to a lot of Linkin Park. It's mainly sort of them, System of a Down, and Eminem, really. Other stuff as well. Limp Bizkit was quite big into, but they were sort of the main 3. Well, I was really into Nirvana as well, still am. But they weren't. They'd been and gone by then. But stuff sort of released around sort of the turn of the century, sort of for rock music. It's really good. It's a shame it seems like it's gone downhill a bit lately, but that could just be me saying it as an older person. It's never as good as when you're young, is it? It says if you have something on your mind, just tell me. Some temp track would be needed, but other than that, nothing. Yeah, see, I don't know what sort of music to sort of have for the intro. Whether we have something more rocky, or maybe something sort of medievally, knightly maybe, or sci-fi. Obviously what we've got now is very generic and very, I mean, perhaps too generic. Sun King loves hardcore and metal. Awesome. I'm not as much of a fan into like the heavier stuff, but I like some of it. For some reason I've recently sort of got into dubstep. Yeah, I haven't really listened to sort of dubstep. Peter Nicholas says, Craig, want to see the Death Guard figure I converted and just started to paint? Yeah, absolutely. Email address on the screen, so definitely send it and I can share it with everyone else. Harry says, I really love that part. I did some Foley for some mid-budget film and really enjoyed it. Cool, you mean like the video editing and stuff? Dear Nicholas says, I listen to my neighbour's music, it's that loud. Yeah, my girlfriend's music's is like that in the car. Like, you can always tell when she's back from work. Luckily I haven't got neighbours like that. That side I've got an elderly couple in their 80s, and then the other side is like a young family who I actually sort of knew the guy before he moved in, and yeah, he's alright. They do sometimes have music loud, but he listens to some good stuff, so it's alright. And he's normally just got music loud when the kids are out playing in the garden, so you can't really be angry at anyone for that. So probably, before I do the second coat of the Battle Brand, I'm probably going to do some gold. Where did I put that gold? That's silver. Ah, there it is. Is that one? Yeah, Elven gold. Got to have Elven gold on your elves. Needs a good old shake. The top of the bottle was like green before I started shaking it. Okay, there's actually every single sound you hear on a movie, not any footsteps or wind, etc., but even the sound of an empty room as a carpet. Okay, yeah, I mean, a lot of sounds, like, if you sort of become familiar with some of the sounds they use in movies, you start to actually pick up on them. It's like after I first heard about the Wilhelm scream, like I just notice it all the time now. I had to record even the empty rooms because silence is not really silence. Yeah, that's true though, isn't it? And I suppose for realism, that's really cool. There's always some sound, like say could be anything, like something in the background, really far away. I mean, it's quiet here, and you know, I still hear like just the faint noise of my computer fan and the odd sort of noise from outside, but not much. It's actually quite eerily quiet. But it is just me and the dog in the house tonight, so it is now. Something says, sorry, I'd have to leave. Well, it's nice to join us still. You can always catch up with the rest of the show on YouTube. That normally gets posted after the stream's ended, so nice of you to join us. I'll be doing these every Thursday, so feel free to jump in whenever you can. Harry says, imagine that's stabbing with a knife in combination of 5 to 6 layers. The most funny one is splashing a wooden stick on a marmalade jar. Okay. Things people do for sound effects. Yeah, that's a poor spelling mistake, Harry. That's poor. So it's painting that bit of gold. There we go. So I'll probably do a couple of layers of the gold as well, just to get a really nice smooth coverage. But it's covering pretty well. There are little bits, pieces, little bands and stuff, which will be gold later on, but I'll do them right at the end in the highlighting stage. Most of them seem to just have the gold on one shoulder pad. This one's got two, mind you. So I've gone over here in. And Phantom says he's happy because it's the summer holidays, so he'll be working with his brother and then say hello to the start of his Beast Claw Raiders and Caradon Overlord's army. Yeah, I've wanted to start Beast Claw Raiders for quite a while. Whether I will or not, I don't know. Because I love them. Caradon Overlords are very cool. My army's just on hiatus, but I'd like to get back to them as well. It's too much to do. As I said, on Monday I'm probably going to get some stuff commission painted for us as well. I know Jay Thomas, who's sometimes on here, he's doing some Gene Seal Occult stuff for me, which is going to be really cool. I'll end up with a little small army of them, and I'll mix in some of my Blendjitsu stuff with them as well. Harry says he'll catch us later. His wife needs help with a spider. He hates large ones. He don't want to kill it though. Could be a mission. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I don't like killing them. I can handle them, and although the larger they get, the less I can handle them. But I don't like killing them. Well, ironically, I normally end up putting them outside where they're probably gonna die anyway. But yeah, my other half hates them, even the smallest ones. Yeah, I mean that starter box for the Beast Claw Raiders is really good. I am thinking, hopefully, of picking a couple up eventually. Any suggestions on what to get first for Caradon Overlords? I'm trying to think what was good and what was bad. Certainly get Archnaut companies, because they're like your battle line troops. So you certainly want to pick up some of them. Trying to think what HQ was really good. I'm sure the Navigator wasn't too great. I can't remember what the other ones are, but depends on your budget. But certainly get yourself a couple of Archnaut companies to start with. And the Admiral's probably worth it. Quite like the Ironclad out of the ships. It's quite a decent size as well. The little ships seem alright, they just seem a bit too expensive points wise. But yeah, they're a bit of a pricey army because the ships are quite expensive. But they have so much range. It really does give them a good advantage. And of course they can transport themselves. But yeah, because there's such a small sort of army and sort of variety of what miniatures they have, pretty much all of it's worth getting at some point. The Thunderers are quite cool as well. I don't like that they all have different weapons, but even just with their regular guns, though, they're still pretty good. But yeah, I would say almost anything you get for the Casual Overlords, you can't go wrong with, really. Because there's so little to choose from, so... Once you get to a certain points level, you'll end up fielding most of it. I wouldn't mind adding some Fire Slayers to mine, just have like a big dwarf army, because I quite like the Fire Slayers, I think they're quite cool. Obviously they didn't have a lot of variety, I think they have even less. Emerald Phantom says it's working all the way through the summer holidays, apart from when he goes abroad, so he'll be able to get at least 2,000 or 3,000 points. Nice. Yeah, I never had a summer job when I was young, so I never had that luxury. Oh, where are you going on holiday? Anywhere nice? I haven't been abroad for a while, actually, myself. At least he has the Shadow War Armageddon set to start. Cool. Got it and never opened it or touched it. It's worth it for the scenery. I never actually built any of the miniatures from it. Oh yes I did. I did the scouts, didn't I? Which I actually did on one of these shows. I think they're the ones from that set. But that's all I did. The York Boys I still need to do. But yeah, the terrain is awesome. Oh, Emerald Phantom doesn't know yet, he thinks Spain. Oh, okay. I've been to Spain a few times. I've actually been to mainland Spain, I've only been to Mallorca, but I've been about 3 times. And I've been to Tenerife, which is, I think it's technically, even though it's nowhere near Spain, I think it's still technically considered part of Spain. Peter and Nicholas could not get set, then got the rulebook and the 2 terrain pieces. Well, that's not bad going. The terrain's amazing. I've only given mine just a quick airbrush job, but I would like to neaten it up one day. If I ever get time, which I won't. I got a couple of the cranes as well, what came out. I was going to build them instead of these this week, but I thought I really should get these done. Yeah, I feel sorry for people who bought the Magna Droth when it was 65 quid. Yeah, my local store owner actually, so one of my mates was saying, had like a load of them on his shelf still. He had about 4 of them, and obviously with the price decrease and his the discount he offers at his store, he's basically selling it at cost now. So he's quite annoyed at that. So he's actually trying to get GW to take them back. So whilst it's good for customers, that can be annoying for some of the store owners if they've already bought some in at like, say like 40 quid or something when he bought it. But yeah, GW actually lowered the price on something that's insane. I think the world's going to end. It's the reason I got it, but I like what you did with the scouts, so when I get round to it I will copy them if you don't mind. Yeah, go for it. They look pretty cool on Noggle. It's a shame you... I suppose you could use them as collists. So how have I done that? That's just all one colour. So we'll go back in with our second layer of gold now. Yeah, the terrain's amazing. Really cool. I'd like to see more generic terrain from GW though. Maybe some new trees or something. More barricades and stuff. Maybe some more sort of decent craters, maybe. I don't know. Awesome Xenos terrain. Some more of that. I've got the Deathwild Forest set actually, which I haven't done. Gafferers is here, says great to catch another live stream. Well, thanks for joining us. There's still about an hour left of this one, so you'll be catching plenty. And we're getting quite far with these girls as well. Yeah, I think the heads I used on the scouts were from Victoria Miniatures. I've ordered like some steampunky stuff from another site. I can't remember what it's called, but they may be Polish. I think they're European. I could be completely wrong, but I'm sure the prices were in euros. They're yet to turn up though, because I didn't order them that long ago. Oh, sorry. Your email hasn't got lost in the warp, Peter. It is here. I just haven't looked at it. I'm sorry. I've got to stick my specs on. It's here. I'll share it now. I've got caught up in painting these girls. So, let's get it up. Okay, so let's save him to the desktop. And let's whack him on the screen. I must go through these images. I've still got like the ones from Monday on here. So this might come up sideways, but I'll rotate it. So, layout. Hooray! We can make him bigger. Oh, come on, there we go. Mad Cow is back from driving home for dogs. He's daycaring. Cool. What'd you miss? Just me painting. We've now got Peter Nicholas's Playcaster. Is it Playcaster? It was converted from Playcaster, isn't it? I'm trying to find your previous message. It's just a it said just a Death Guard figure that you've painted. So I think that's from a Playcaster, or was it just from one of the? No, I'm completely wrong, aren't I? That's just from one of the regular Plague Moons. I got him up here. Yeah, it's from this guy. I don't know why I'm showing it on camera. You go over there. There, it's from this guy. So you converted this guy up. Very cool. My dog's barking at something. Yeah, it's a champion. So you've given him a bolt gun. And what's the bolt gun from? Because I want to do that with one of my Snapfit ones. That's really cool. I see you did what I did with my converted one and took the fly off. Mad Cow has the new Space Marine Codex if someone has a question. Most of it has been leaked already, so I'm not sure if there's anything left to ask. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But that's cool that you have it. Yeah, so much has been leaked, hasn't it? Or GW just put it out themselves. What's the Crimson Fist like? There you go. Because I did hear the Crimson Fist actually have a Crimson Fist as an artifact. So I guess it's just similar to a Mastercrafted Power Fist. I'm just gonna close these. There we go. Ah, it's a bolt gun from a previous Chaos Space Marine set. Awesome, yeah, he's very cool. Very cool. So, you can come back off now. what's next for the girls? Some more Mornfang Brown. So this will require a smaller brush. My brushes are really bad at keeping their points lately. So I'm painting the arms. The bits that aren't purple are going to be Mornfang Brown. Madco says he got it Tuesday. What annoys me most is that you'll still be forced to use the index for some models or units. Like the White Scars named character in the index, he has a bike, in the codex he does not. Oh. That seems very, very strange, and there's like no option to upgrade him to have a bike. That just seems like maybe they missed him out. Is he the only thing missing? I'd quite like to know what else is missing. That's really stupid though. Considering that my Emerald Aces has a Counts as Kasaro Khan model on bike, I would actually quite like to use him without having to flick through the index. So, 1. Peanut says, Craig, do you want a bolt gun? I should be able to track one down. I've got a lot of spare chaos bits floating around, but I may take you up on that offer if I can't find one. If not, I have been using the ones from the Mark III Space Marine set. They seem to work quite well too. Yeah, so the chainsaw's still the same, then just an extra attack. I still miss the extra attack for charging, but I suppose going first in combat sort of makes up for it a bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the Space Marine Codex. So on next week's show, I'll either be working on the Dreadnought or the Apothecary or Chaplain. My aim is to get the Dreadnought done first. Yeah, I really like the Mark III stuff. I think the Death Guard miniatures are basically based off the Mark III armor, which is really cool. I think more Chaos stuff should be based off older Marks. So we're very close to being able to start doing some shade washing on these. Which means I may have to just briefly switch to my Primaris Marines while they dry, but that's fine. How have I done her around there? See, she has got some amber skin on her arms, but I'm just going to paint it brown and be cloven. Chainswords suck. They're still better than they were. They didn't have any special rules before, but at least you get that extra attack now. I'd have liked some AP modifiers on a bolt gun, but never mind. A lot of stuff still feels the same as it did in the previous edition. There are a few things missing from the Space Marine Codex that are in the index. Saw a preview of the codex on YouTube where it was all listed. Ah, awesome. See if I can find that. So it seems to be forced to use both. I mean, that's not an issue, as most people probably have both, but that just seems bizarre. You think the codex would just have everything in it. Maybe they've just taken some stuff out what's more direct only, I don't know. Trying to push people towards the new stuff. Who knows? Space Marine over 2 thick is as effective. Well, they don't have the extra attack. But I see where you come from. But yeah, you would think a handheld chainsaw would essentially be a little bit better than a little knife. But there's also something like all the options being available to units in the index but not the codex. Really? That just seems crazy. That seems very strange. Green Stuff Games is here. Hello. I've been watching some of your videos recently. Good to see your number of subs is going up and up. So I'm just painting Blade Guard today. Slowly, slowly. Yeah, but before you know it, you'll be on 1,000. Then it'll be 2. Etc, etc. As long as you keep putting out your content, people will eventually find her. That's how we ended up growing. I mean, our subscribers were going up quite steadily, but 8th edition seems to have just changed everything lately. Like on the not just on YouTube, but also on our online stores. Like everything's just gone a bit mental. I think Nicholas says, as long as it's enough to drive one back to playing Orcs. Oh yeah, I am doing that. Yeah, I need to get some more stuff for my Orcs as well. I love Orcs. I think the whole doing away with initiative has really benefited the Orcs. They still can't shoot for toffee, but being able to charge stuff and go first. Like, Orc players just haven't had that luxury, like, ever. Green Stuff Games painting Sisters of Battle. Yeah, I saw your video where you're showing off the stuff in your sister's army. So I think I missed a purple on the torso of this one for some reason. So we'll come back in and do that in a minute. Oh yeah, Green Stuff Games, Pete and Nicholas sent in a picture. I can get it back up. There we go. Just for Green Stuff Games. That's what Pete and Nicholas is working on. Yeah, Orcs are a lot of fun. Okay. So, one more to do one more on the arms of these. And which is the one with the missing purple, so you'll go over there just for a little while. Craig, how did your drone turn out? Oh, have you not seen it on our Instagram page? I may have a picture. Possibly. Let me see, it might be in my Dropbox. Madcow's building a Gretchen army based on the Forge World list. Nice. Orc boys are roid boys, and my roid docs have been created from Pumpkin and Gretchen full of steroids. Yeah, I don't know if you watched, Jab has a sort of Gretchen Orc army as well. He calls them Megagrots. They were in one of our battle reports quite recently. But that sounds really cool. That sounds really cool. Yeah, of course, some of the 412 stuff's quite nice. Green stuff says almost went Death Guard. They do look nice to paint. Yeah, they're a lot of work. They are nice to paint, but they have a lot of nice detail on them. Okay, where are we? Drone. No, that'd have been further ahead than that, surely. So, this is the unedited picture of my drone before it went on Instagram. Oh, I'm on my way there. So here's the drone, just for you, Lucy. That's how he turned out. I'm quite happy with him. I found doing the gradient on the larger surface area wasn't too bad at all. Madcow says the best moment with his orcs was in Apocalypse, where he rolled a 12 with a shock attack gun and deleted with 4 more than 2 Hive Guard back in the 6th edition. Nice. That's the result you want. Peter Nicholas says ages ago he made a super grot army, runts in power armor. Nice. That's really cool. So yeah, that's the drone. That is the drone. Still got another one to build and paint at some point, but I might do that in the other colour scheme. I might do it in the Putrid Choir scheme. That almost looks factory new, not decayed enough. Yeah. Yeah, did I not, I did actually do rust effects. Like you can sort of see it on the gun, but maybe not so much on the actual turbines and stuff. But I'm sure I did dry brush it all with rust. Could be the camera, but if not, I'll go back in it. I'll go back over it with some more rust and typhus corrosion and that. That does look a bit too clean, doesn't it? Actually, now that you've mentioned it. Lucy will send an email for hers. Sweet. I'll get that on the screen when it comes through. Green stuff is already on the green side. Loyal to the wire. I forgot to top this up before we started. As you can see, there's only a tiny little bit in there. So I'll be completely dehydrated by the end of the show. So now we get into washers. So I need Agrax, non-oil and sepia. So we will start try and find our washers. They're right here. Agrax. So Agrax. Well, actually, we won't do Agrax. We'll do we'll do Reutland Flesh Shade instead of Secret. Actually, we'll do the gold areas first, just while it's brown. Definitely dries off. Not you. Yeah, that's a good idea. So Madcow says a trick to make smooth surfaces have a bit of texture is to water down liquid green stuff and use it to wash over the smooth areas, making them a bit rougher. That's really cool. I might do that on the other drone actually. That is a good little tip. I like it. So I'm being quite generous with the gloss flesh shade on these gold areas. Slopping a lot on. And now we can move into Agrax. free falls brown areas and the tops of these areas. So that would be Lucy's drone coming through. Get that up on the screen in a minute. That one needs to go over there. So, drone. Oh yeah, he's cool. Oh, I love the base. So let's share that with the rest of the class, because that is really nice. So here he is. Really cool cracked earth base. Really like it. It's very cool. Yeah, really nice. So I'll leave that up on screen while I just watch this one, so everyone gets a good chance to see it. I really like the lens on the like the eye as well. That is really cool. I'd have probably done like slime in a different colour just so it stands out a bit more, but it still looks nice. I don't like to criticise things, but sometimes when it's like green on green, it's harder to see it. But it looks like you've done it quite nice. But that's probably because I've been like doing like purple slime to really sort of contrast on mine. But no, that's really cool. Yeah, you can sort of tell you've given it ad code as well. It really works for it. That's nice. Hadco says life is like a box of chocolates, it doesn't last as long for fat people. I have no idea where that came from, but okay. Yeah, really cool drone though. Really cool. It's a lovely model, isn't it? It's really nice. And then everything in that box is nice. Okay. In real life it's like a turquoise blue. Cool. Oh, is that like the slime and stuff? Oh, that was actually be quite nice. Peter Nicholas says that's what he wishes his looked like. I'm sure yours still look very cool. Yeah, I forget what I said about slime then. If it's like, I know all too well that the camera can make stuff look different. Sorry, every now and then I realise that I'm painting these off the camera. I would move the camera over because of the angle, you end up like sort of seeing this sort of bit here. But maybe we'll do that. It's a little bit better. So my project's being quiet. I'm just doing these washes. It's a lot of brown and stuff. Ah, so slime was lilac oxide and Nurgle's rock. Cool. Yeah, so that would sort of come out quite turquoisey then, yeah. Nice. Peter and Nicholas went overboard on corrosion and it looked like it got dipped, not painted. So you can get away with it for Nurgle. They're quite forgiving. So we're almost done with the Agrax wash. The purple and Stegodon scale green colours will be washed in Nuln oil. And then once that's all dry, I can actually begin highlighting, and we should be able to start the highlights in this show as well. So these girls really coming along quite fast this evening, so I'm really happy. Hopefully get them done by the weekend, hopefully. I may start putting the Astro Granite on their bases before the highlights, possibly. I messed the ends of the gun up as well. Just went mad and drawing them out and made them look like they were rotten out, and then some Nurgle right inside. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can really go to town with Nurgle. Not bad, I didn't draw out any gun barrels. I really should. Does make a difference. Peter Nicholas says these figures make him nostalgic for old Hammer. Honestly, they don't make me nostalgic because they're just so bad. They have weird necks. They look strange. But yeah, I miss some of the old stuff. I still miss Tomb Kings. I'm always going to miss Tomb Kings. And I'll miss the Wood Elf stuff if that ever gets replaced. Because I like Wood Elves. Obviously we lost a lot of it. I haven't noticed I've missed a couple of these on the arrows. Okay. Ah, so you got another one. So yeah, do you have a one bit neater? You never know, you might find you like the other one better still. There's one that just needed the purple redoing on the chest. So I'll quickly do that. Lucy's going for a pale skin tone on her second one. Yeah, yeah, because it's like the skin sort of like sort of pinky on this one, isn't it? It's quite cool. Yeah, I went with sort of a pale skin tone on mine. Now look cool. Obviously when it's done, share that with us as well on a future show. I haven't checked out your blog for a little while as well. I'll have to have a look at that, see what else is on there. Very pink, got carried away with the wash. That looks good though. It stands out. Some good contrast going on there. So, that was you, wasn't it? You can go over there and we'll start on the other ones. Non-oil. So I always give the washers a good shake, because otherwise they can dry a bit glossy. So, just going to slap it on the capes. And also on the purple clothing. It will make it quite dark, but we'll bring it all back up with highlights. Lucy says she should do. She's done a product review and had a moan about TTS painting. What's TTS painting? Oh, tabletop standard, I assume. I did see the post where you were sharing some of your favourite YouTube channels, so thanks for the shout out in that one. So I assume your run is about going to local stores, tournaments, clubs, etc. and not seeing much stuff painted. Would I be right? Because it's all too familiar for a lot of people. Although while we get that on the local scene, there is actually some really good painters locally. How did you guess? Yeah, speaking from experience. It's tough getting everything painted. I mean, I know all too well, but some people just don't do it at all. I can understand if they don't enjoy it, but for me it's a big part of the hobby. It's a good hobby to have where you can just chill out and paint. You don't even have to be good at it to enjoy it. Greensoft Games says, you check out your blog more, Lucy. I'm just not good at reading. Start a YouTube channel. Yeah, I mean, I actually have a blog, but I don't update it very often at all. Maybe once a month. I find YouTube a lot of fun. He says, I know it's not easy, but it's better than taking a can of base coat and spraying it and calling it a day. Yeah, but even then, some people don't even do that. I don't know why, but I think painting Korgoth skin is really fun, but the bone is a pain because it's everywhere. Yeah, I had great fun painting mine. I basically followed Duncan's tutorial when I painted mine, and that came out quite nice. Lucy says, I used to have a YouTube channel of online gaming, but don't get me started on how bad that went and how rude some people can be. Yeah, I mean, out of all the social platforms, YouTube's probably the one where you're going to get the most negativity. Yeah, you have to take it on the chin, basically. Constructive criticism is fine, and we do get some. But a lot of the time, some of the comments, just how people word them, can be a bit snarky. Yeah. Yeah, everyone's nice here. People who actually jump in on live shows, they're always friendly. They're the good ones. We get hate and silly comments, but I don't mind if it's actually constructive criticism. I actually welcome it. And yeah, and some of the games will get rules wrong, and some people just, you know, kindly point them out, and others will get a bit sarky about it, but we just tend to ignore them. I know a couple of people weren't too happy about the Leviathan Dreadnought in one of our games because it was a bit OP, but that's how it is. We wanted to show it off, show what it can do, and yeah, it's OP, but we didn't know it was going to be that good. Oh, Lisa says, I don't mind comments, it was more of a you're fit and what I would do to your comments. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah, yeah. You should just ban them people. I mean, that's completely different, isn't it? Obviously, as a male, I don't get that kind of stuff. But it must be tough for females online, because you're just going to get that on every social media platform, and I can understand why you don't want to show your face as much if you're just going to get that all the time. Greensoft Games says, I still haven't had a troll yet, I'm shocked. Well, that's good. Shows you're doing something right. YouTube is the biggest gift to dyslexic people who like wargaming. Oh, Lucy's dyslexic too. Oh. Still, you wouldn't notice it in your typing at all. Hello. Oh, I've gone mad. Where did I put my non-oil just then? Oh, it's right here. P. Nicholas says, it always takes painted figs 2 games, wherever it may be. Can't speak much very well, they are painted though. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Like, as long as at least they're painted. A painted army will always look better than a non-painted army, regardless of the quality. Yeah, I agree with that. The internet and the world is full of slime bags. And not everyone knows how to sort of put negative comments across sometimes. And sometimes on the internet you can't always know people's tones. So someone might mean something in a friendly way, in a way. But, you know, they might not come across that on the internet, you could read it differently. Not saying like, not let me share it. Not defending people, because some people are just assholes. But to be honest, the longer you do it, the more negativity you get, and the more thicker skin you'll get against it. So, but I'll make it sound like you get a lot. You really don't get a lot. And Vandus is here. Thanks for joining us. Lucy says her girlfriend proofreads for her, and she's not too bad, just mild. And Greenstuff Games Google all the big words. Yeah, but I do that. I'm not dyslexic, but my computer does a lot of the spelling for me. Jay Thomas is here as well. How goes it? I'm going very well. A bit hard to see. We haven't really got great light on these over there, but I'm doing painting the Glade Guard. They're quite dark at the moment because they've literally just been washed, and you can see it's still not dry. So they look quite dark. I'm thinking I may put the Astro Granite on their bases, and then I can let that dry overnight and then come in and do all the highlighting tomorrow. So, I have a little pot here, but I don't know if that's going to be good enough, so I might open a new pot. Founder says now it's Thursday nights. Yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. Lucy says she has cool software that does it for it, so it picks up the bad English. That's cool. Lisa says, what's the software? I want it. Why not? It makes your life easier. Good idea. Emerald Phantom says, are you still doing lives on Monday? No. Unfortunately. I'll just switch to Thursdays. So Vanda says, Monday nights Game of Thrones, Taco Tuesday, Dead Wednesday, Bits Thursday, and Friday nights sound interesting. That's it. I mean, I won't be clashing with Game of Thrones. So, that's got to be good, right? For those of us who have Game of Thrones on a Monday night and not Sunday. But in the long run, when Walking Dead comes back on, that's one of the few programs that me and the missus actually watch together, so I certainly wouldn't be able to do Monday nights then. So, switch it to Thursday. Nothing's on Thursday. I used to go down my local game store on Thursday nights, which is why I didn't originally do this Thursday, but I don't really go down there much now. Not that there's anything bad about the store, I love the store. I just hadn't really had time to go down there. And Wayne and Jab used to go down there on the Thursdays, but they don't so much now, so... So I'll do this instead. Just can't wait till Walking Dead starts in October. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm enjoying Game of Thrones as well. So I need to get another brush. Luckily with these new textures you can actually use a brush with them as well. It really helps getting into some of these areas. So, there we go. I just want to check if there's any sort of really difficult places on here. I've got some on the clothes. The only thing I don't like about these texture painters, you can get them on the clothes quite easily. Now you need to make live bat reps. Do you know we've considered doing, we have spoke about doing like live sort of board game stuff. I really want to do a live Super Dungeon Explorer video. That's something you might see in the future if we can fit it in. We'd have to like get a laptop set up for that though. So I can't use it on this computer. There's no room in here. But that's something we could set up quite easily. Definitely on our to-do list. For actual bat reps, in the room where we film, we don't really get Wi-Fi in there. The Wi-Fi is just out of range, so it could be quite difficult. But thing is, when we do bat reps, they take about 3 or 4 hours, so it'll be a hell of a video. But it could be fun to do one day. But yeah, certainly want to do a board game and some live board gaming. They would probably end up being on a Tuesday. Today is the start of the Kernel campaign. Did anyone get a game in today? We're hoping our next bat rep will be for the Kernel campaign. And we'll probably do a feud for it. Lucy says she does the bases first and add her minis. Yeah, it's not a bad way of doing it. I'm just not patient enough. Emerald Phantom said he would watch it all. Now just to warn you, the first episode of Season 8 is going to be All Like Walkers at celebration of their 100th episode. Is that for Walking Dead? The thing about Walking Dead is the first episode of each season is awesome. The mid-season finale is awesome. The first episode of the second half of the season is awesome. And so is the season finale. And then the rest of it's just filler. That's what I've found anyway. And then with Game of Thrones, it's all... each season just builds up to the penultimate episode, which will then be amazing. Also, what is that? We did a video sort of around Christmas time of a like 360 degree sort of video. I still want to play around with doing some stuff in 360, so you could like watch games on VR and actually be sort of in the middle of the battle. That's sort of what I want to do in the future as well. That'd just be like bonus stuff. Like it'd be, we'd film the actual bat rep normally, but then you'd have that as like a bonus video. They're a bit more complicated to do, but they'd be quite fun. We did one for one of our Age of Sigmar games where it's like one of the turns we did. We filmed it in 360. Vandals has got some Hive Guard for his ever-grown swarm. That must be a hell of a swarm you got now. I'm looking forward to how disappointing the Inhumans show is going to be. Yeah, some of the stuff is just crap, isn't it? Emerald Phantoms only started watching Game of Thrones and we're only on episode 4 and they keep saying winter is coming. And my sister's on a new season and winter's only just come. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously in Westeros, winters last for a long time, as does summers. I'd like the long summer part, but the long winter, I could be doing with that. Anna says they're not that bad. Not huge, just like 200 gaunts. Yeah, not huge, just 200. Like 2 of each big monster and half a dozen zoanthropes for venthropes and whatnot. J. Thomas says it is, but I'm a Marvel fanboy. Can't help myself. There's so much Marvel stuff now, isn't there? The last thing I watched was Luke Cage. It was alright. Yeah, I do prefer Marvel over DC, I'll admit. But I think there's just too much comic book stuff about now. They're really tapped into this IP a lot. I'm still like, what the fuck to White Walkers from episode 1? Yeah, you'll be like that still. Yeah, don't get me wrong, some of Luke Cage was really good. I just found it a bit slow in places, but... I'm a bigger fan of Batman, but Gotham is just trash. Yes, I haven't even watched Gotham, actually. But I haven't heard much good stuff about it either, so... I just can't get into Ben Affleck as Batman at the moment either. So how are we doing on time? We're almost at the 2 hour mark, so we'll be finishing soon. Hip Hop Teletubby. Better late than never. We've got about a minute left. I'm not building anything, just painting. Were you here on Monday when I built the elves? I built Glade Guard and Wildwood Rangers. These are some of the Glade Guard that I built on Monday. They're getting there. Yes, Vanda's got you covered. That's them all based, or sort of based. Greenstuff says, I actually quite like Gotham. You just got to forget everything you know about Batman and it's just fun. Yeah, I find that the problem with a lot of them when they reboot the films and stuff. You sort of have to sort of come at them with an open mind, and because otherwise you just compare them all to. You just end up comparing them all to each other. You you compare the different Jokers, the different Batmans, and that always ends up being the problem. Vandus wants to see the finished one. There you go. Now I know it doesn't focus very well. It's a little bit better than it used to be, mind you. Hopefully you can see that just about alright. The best Netflix Marvel show is Daredevil. Yeah, I quite like Daredevil. I haven't watched Jessica Jones. I must do that at some point. And I haven't watched Iron Fist either. Oh, I'm so behind. I'll put them on my list. I need to start watching some more stuff. So how these are looking. I could actually... Yeah, it's similar to the Shadow Warriors stuff. I'm thinking very quickly I might just give the first coat of the base rims, and then call it a night. If you guys are happy to hang around just for a little bit longer, I don't mind going a little bit over. I ain't got any other plans tonight apart from walking the dog, so... Now, Phantom says, hate when you look off Ghost Rider. I can't recall off the top of my head. But that's the thing, when they keep rebooting stuff, and you know, you end up just comparing to the old ones, and J Thomas is here to wake up the feed. That's good. It's nice that you guys can hang around and not get bored. Yeah, I'll move this over because I always end up putting them on the palette once I do the rims. Otherwise we end up with a lot of rings on the desk, even though the desk is filthy. So I'm doing Esh and Grey around the rings. I do a lot of my Age of Sigmar bases like this, my Stormcast, my Khorne and my Elves. Essentially Astro Granite. Then tomorrow that will have a non-oil wash, and then a Longbeard Grey dry brush. And it looks quite nice. Pete Nicholas is here till Lecky runs out. Yeah, I got a smart meter installed a few months ago. Surprising how little electric most stuff actually use. And then with other stuff, it's surprising how much they use, but... anything that doesn't produce heat seems to be quite cheap to run. The old one was the generic flaming skull, and now it's a flaming cartoon skull. Oh, that sounds worse. Panda says, come on, it's not that bad. So I normally end up having to do 2 coats on the base rims, get good coverage. So I'll do one now. It needs to be nice and dry by tomorrow, by the time we get round to painting them. So Jay Thomas says I need to paint rims, but I've been lazy this week. I like painting them because they're nice and easy. I can just glide the brush along. I haven't got to think hard. Use a crappy brush. Quite therapeutic. You know, an awesome idea project I had for Age of Sigmar, I was using Seraphon and the Carnosaur for an Indominus Rex model. So that'd be cool. Yeah, we were talking earlier in the show, someone said, I can't remember who it was, who said about doing like a Joker warband for Age of Sigmar, for like skirmish. Be quite cool. I was saying that, you know, you get good inspiration from films and movies and TV shows and that. Especially a lot of the comic books, superhero ones, and obviously other sci-fi and fantasy stuff. And it's nice to see people put them into miniatures, they make cool conversions and stuff. So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Sweet. So there they are. They'll stay on there until they dry. And they leave nice rings of paint. My palette's looking very messy. These are the last few bits of palette paper, so I'll certainly be using wet palette more in the future. So I think that's a good place to end the stream. We've gone over by a few minutes, but that's fine. That's been cool. So yeah, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock UK time is the time I'm hoping to do these now. As far as I know, I can't remember the last time I did anything on a Thursday, so normally I'd be up here painting anyway. So yeah, we'll switch it to Thursdays. So right, before we go, Jay Thompson says, I want to build an army inspired by the old heavy metal movie. Someone actually did a Slanesh army inspired by Iron Maiden. If you can Google that and try and find it, it's awesome. That would give you some good inspiration. So, that's assuming like heavy metals. Like the heavy metal movie might not be anything to do with actually heavy metal. Now that my brain's processed what you said, but still look at it because it's cool. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. It's been really good on the chat as always. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next Thursday. Catch you all later.